I got my bagel toasted. I got my coffee iced. I got my water ready for hydration, and I'm ready to get angry at strangers on the internet sharing stories that they probably shouldn't. We're starting with the Hole Inspector subreddit, and I have to do this first one. Am I the hole for letting my friends call me daddy? Throwaway. Yes, I think this is a weird story too. So since a year or so, I, 25 female, have the nickname Daddy in our friend group. It started as a joke when we were all together, and I jokingly told a friend to stop being glued to your phone all the time. Ugh, millennials. We all laughed, and he said, "Sure, Mom." And I said, "I'm not your mother, but you may call me Daddy." What a strong start. What an incredibly strong start. So it was really just a joke that stuck. When we went bowling, someone entered my name as Daddy, and stuff like that happened since then. Now onto the problem. A couple months ago, when we were all meeting up at a friend's place, they all screamed Daddy when I arrived. And apparently the host's girlfriend thought that was weird. She told me she was really freaked out with it. I explained it was just a joke. She kind of found it disgusting and told her boyfriend to not call me that anymore. We stopped the conversation there. The only thing that happened that night is when another friend called me Daddy, she made gagging noises, but no one said anything about it. Girl, go the fuck to therapy. Small things happened since then. Like, I know she talked about me behind my back, how I sexualize all my friends, have weird kinks and stuff. I'm literally asexual, but she doesn't know that. Now at this point, I'm frustrated and ask my friends not to call me Daddy when she's around, hoping she and I can become better friends like that. Her boyfriend is still a great friend, and I don't want to make things difficult for something so stupid as a nickname. Not all of my friends agreed with me, but haven't called me Daddy in her presence a lot since then. The big problem happened yesterday. We were all, not including her, but including her boyfriend, Skyping and playing Pictionary online together. In the game, you insert a name per player. The host put Daddy as my name. We were playing for about 20 minutes when she walked into the webcam's view for the first time. We didn't know that she was in the room, and she heard Daddy a few times at that point. She then said, "You know, it's really wrong to be called Daddy when you're not a father and not being addressed by a young child." Some people turn their trauma into kinks. Other people make their trauma literally everyone else's problem around them and expect them to placate to their emotions. If literally an entire friend group, agnostic of you, is having fun with a thing that hurts nobody, and then you make it about yourself and try to bend everyone else's thoughts and feelings around you, that means... Say it with me. You can... narcissistic manipulation. Exactly. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, good job. Yeah, not nut. Stop. Goofy Milk, sit down. Now, I was very shocked at the sudden change of atmosphere, so I said, and I think I'm the a-hole here, "Well, is it wrong for your BF to call you sweetheart when you're so salty?" And then his line disconnected. None of us have been able to reach him or her since then. I'm afraid we lost a friend because I didn't stop my friends calling me Daddy. It didn't even matter to me that much, like I wouldn't have missed it. I'm also gonna apologize for the salty comment because that was out of line anyway. And also, I don't know if we missed something. If someone could tell me why Daddy is so offensive, it's possible it's a very wrong thing to say I didn't realize. Oh, does she not know? Oh, hang on, wait. Does she? Oh no. Top comment is not the hole. She was probably jealous and afraid of losing her boyfriend. Based on the little you put in her, she sounds controlling, and if/when they break up, she will blame. Don't be sorry, I laughed. That was a good comeback. That did cross my mind that she was jealous. There are other girls in our friend group. One is gay and the other is in a relationship, so maybe that's why she has a problem with only me, but I'm not even the closest with him. Yeah. She's being overtly controlling for sure. She's being overly controlling for something that doesn't hurt anybody and is a non-issue, you know? Calling someone daddy doesn't mean you want to fuck them. Right. I gotta be so honest with you. The way that I think I might just cry from laughter and joy and just absolute elatedness if I were to walk into a house party. If I were to walk into a party and I was greeted sitcom style by everyone at the party going, "Daddy!" I would be so happy and I would feel so loved and I would feel so seen. That's the dream. That's what I want. This is the future. This is the gay agenda. This right here. I'm so excited for this episode to be called the daddy episode. You know what? Speaking of which, the next one, am I the hole for telling my wife's daughter that she's not really my daughter? My brother-in-law recently lost his home, his job, his wife. My wife wanted her brother to come stay with us, and I said no. She was upset because ever since her parents died, he's the only immediate family member that she has left. I suggested that we put him up in a hotel, and she said it was unfair because we've let my sister stay with us before. 1, she never told me she had a problem with my sister staying with us. 2, my sister has never done drugs. I didn't care that he's been supposedly sober for 3 years. I didn't want him in my house or around my kids. Okay. Okay. We got into a huge fight, and she stated that he was coming to stay in the house regardless of what I said. I told her that if he came to the house, I would be taking my kids and leaving. I have 2 kids from a prior relationship, 11 and 7. My wife has 2 kids from a prior relationship, 9 and 5. We have 2 kids together, 2 and the baby. Her brother was supposed to arrive yesterday. I picked my kids, 11 and 7, up from school, and we headed to a hotel. But a few hours later, my wife called me and said that she decided to put her brother in a hotel instead and to come back. We came back, but my wife's 9-year-old daughter was mad at me because I didn't take her with us. I tried to explain I would have taken her if I could, but I couldn't because she wasn't really my daughter, so I didn't have the authority to do that. God, this guy fucking sucks. This guy sucks so bad. Oh my God. She was upset and she ran to her room and I could hear her crying. I thought she was still upset because I didn't take her, but when I went inside and said, "Hey, let's go hang out tomorrow, just you and me," she said she didn't want to, and so I asked why. She said, "Because you said I'm not your daughter." That's exactly how they're gonna fucking take it. That's exactly how they're going to interpret what you said. And the fact that you didn't even think about that is... Oh my God. Oh my God. And I said, "You're not. But that doesn't mean that I don't love you as much as my real daughters. And by real, I mean biological. But you're still technically my daughter because I'm with your mom." Oh my God. Oh my God. We're fine. Did I quite literally snap my headphones? Did I quite literally snap my headphones doing that? Maybe. She started sniffling and crying again, and I felt like I was making it worse, so I left and told her mom, who went and talked to her and later told me that she'll be fine by tomorrow. She wasn't. On weekends, we're usually the first ones up, but she didn't come down to talk to me like she usually does. After her soccer game, she didn't want me driving her home like I usually do, and asked if she was still mad about the daughter comment. She shrugged and said, "I don't care, it's whatever. I'm not your daughter, so you don't have to pretend like you want to hang out with me." I simply told her, "You're right, I don't too, if you're going to keep acting like this," and I left. I got home and my wife told me she called her crying and that I needed to talk with her again when she came home. But I said I was done talking. There was nothing else I could say. My wife is mad at me, but I'm mad because what I said was true and not even that bad. I'm done parenting. Yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Actually, everything that I said was a factual statement, so you can't be mad at me because everything I said was actually true. You are the adult. You are the adult parent. So you need to be the adult and be the parent. It's not that hard. Top comment. Yes, the whole. You should have said, "I don't have to pretend I want to hang out with you because I actually do want to hang out with you." The way you put it, you basically reinforced to her that you are actually just pretending to love her. Kids are smart and pick up on semantics like that. She's a fragile child who is trying to grasp new concepts, and you should have acted like an adult instead of getting pissy. You made it worse, and this isn't something she'll get over in a few days. At this point, it may take months or years to rebuild a relationship, and it will be forever changed. Bad move. Yes. Okay, Reddit. Okay, Reddit. What? New post. Am I the whole for leaving a party because my date refused to get me water? I'd been seeing someone I met through mutual friends. We had good times one-on-one, and when he invited me to events with his friends, I'd contribute to the group dynamic by never showing up empty-handed and offering to grab drinks for others. Fast forward to a holiday-themed party with his friends. My date and I planned to meet there and hang out afterward. I spent the day cleaning my condo and preparing mulled wine to bring. During the party, people were getting drinks for one another, including me when I served the wine. At one point, I was sitting on the couch, blocked in by only my date on one side and many others on my other side. I was tired and didn't feel like tightly squeezing past people I didn't know, so I asked my date if he could grab me a glass of water. He shook his head, and after I said, "Huh?" he said, "No, I was just up, and you could have asked before I sat down again." I was taken aback because I view small gestures like grabbing water as basic acts of care for friends, but especially for someone you're dating. That moment, combined with a long day of preparation, left me feeling drained. Since the party was winding down and I didn't have the energy to engage further, I said my goodbyes and I called a ride. My date offered to walk me out and said he felt hurt that I was leaving. I explained I needed a recharge, but that he was welcome to come over after the party. As we walked out, I jokingly mentioned how him not getting me water surprised me. He replied, "Wow, that really upset you, huh? I have to be guarded about these things, you know." What? What do you mean? Later we texted, but he seemed more upset about me leaving than interested in listening to why I felt drained. When I tried to call, he didn't answer. His texts were curt, and eventually I told him I'd let him decompress. 2 days later, I called to discuss what happened. He said he'd called that evening, but didn't reach out until 3 days later saying, "I'm not dodging you, I've just been busy." At that point, I was over it, especially since he never acknowledged the misunderstanding or my attempts to resolve it. A month later, we finally had a conversation. He explained that getting me water felt, oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He explained that getting me water felt subservient and was something I had to earn through time and being in the trenches with him. Fragile, wet noodle loser, dude. It's water. It's not that serious. Anyway, he also said I didn't understand how busy his life was. For context, I work multiple jobs. I calmly explained that grabbing water for someone isn't about being subservient, but a small act of kindness. After reflecting, I feel his responses and handling of the situation were disrespectful and indicative of bigger issues. Yes! Yes! Absolutely. Is there an asshole here? I appreciate the perspective. There is an asshole here for sure. It ain't you. It ain't you, sis. No. You're so fine. As your alpha princess, I don't think I will be getting you any water today. Princess, don't you know that is an act of subservience, and there was only one subservient member of this relationship. And princess, as the alpha, I think you know that it is not me. You must earn the right to be given water, princess. This daddy Sigma Alpha. Princess. I'm so sorry. Anyway, dude. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think I will read this one, actually. Oh, wonderful. Oh, sweet. Oh, frabjous day. Am I the whole for calling out my girlfriend over her cat obsession? I'm guavaing, but only because I've known someone with a genuinely concerning animal session before. True, fair, okay. But knowing what you know about Reddit, knowing what you know about Am I the Asshole? How often is someone genuinely concerned with someone's obsession for cats, and how often is an obsession for cats just a legitimate, like, yeah, I like cats, and what we're actually talking about here is the fragility of a man? First sentence, I'm not kidding. My 36 male girlfriend, 35 female, is obsessed with her cat, 10 male, if you're interested, dating for 3 years, living together for 2. Her one single 10-year-old cat. They are 36 and 35 years old. A single one geriatric senior cat. Since the pandemic, I've been home a lot more and have realized just how cat crazed my girlfriend really is. They do everything together. She doesn't need an alarm because he wakes her up at 7:30 every day by sitting on her chest and gently nudging her face with his nose. That's so cute. He eats his breakfast while she eats hers. If we're watching TV, he's in her lap. If she's working at her desk, he's in her chair with her or chilling nearby. If he acts even a little weird, like hiding in the closet, which I guess he normally doesn't do, she's on the phone to the vet. She even takes him for walks with a little harness that I used to think was kind of cute until I realized it just meant her obsession would not just be limited to inside the house. Oh my God. 1, pets like routines. 2, cats are pack animals. The cat's gonna hang around its pack. That's the cat's person. The obsession is just the cat existing. She's not even doing anything. Yeah, right. She's not doing anything. It's literally, and he didn't notice until he was home all the time from the pandemic. He didn't notice until he was just not at work all day. So it literally has zero effect on their relationship or anything. Don't get me wrong, I like the cat. He's a chill cat. Doesn't mess stuff up around the house. Very friendly and clean. Huh. I wonder how he got that way. Interesting to think about. But sometimes I would like to have my girlfriend to myself. I've tried closing the bed. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's literally jealous of the cat. I tried closing the bedroom door at night, but the little Houdini got in somehow, and I woke up to him smiling at me smugly from atop my girlfriend's tits. That's right. That's fucking right. That's right, you little bitch. I'm back in here, motherfucker. And I'm all up on them titties. You wish you could be all up on them titties, but you ain't, motherfucker. You ain't on these titties. I'm on these titties right now. Don't you wish you could be on these titties? Oh, that's right. I'm in here. This my house. Anytime I mention toning it down with the cat, she gets all hurt and makes excuses like how she's had him since he was a kitten and they've been through a lot together. She's even gone so far as to say he was her lifeline during a period of major depression in her late 20s. Every time I back down and say, okay, I get it, he's family. Please tell me what your final straw was with this fucking elder cat. The final straw came when we were talking about relocating together to another country. She wants to limit our search to countries that don't make pets fly under the plane, ruling out a ton of good countries. I finally stood up to her, told her pets fly under planes all the time and it's perfectly safe. Told her she was limiting our options for her own anxiety, not the cat's safety. He wouldn't be any safer purring at her feet while she pet him the entire flight. She tried to argue that he's a senior pet, but I didn't back down. What the F? He's 10. Oh my God. I showed her tons of airline literature about pet safe flying programs and whatnot. She tried to argue that physical safety isn't the same as psychological safety. True, exactly. And that she thinks it'd be too traumatizing for the cat to go under the plane. Here's where I might be the a-hole. I gave her a list of my top countries, all of which would require the cat to go under the plane. I told her that I wanted a future with her, but I thought she needed to get serious help for her obsession with her cat, and to let me know when/if she decided to get the help so we could move forward with our lives. The ball's in her court. I've been staying with a buddy, but it's been about a week and she hasn't called, so I'm starting to wonder if I should have helped her find a therapist before I left. TLDR, gave my girlfriend an ultimatum about her cat obsession, and now I'm worried there's something more I should have done. And now I'm gonna read the edits that were at the beginning of the post that made me want to read this in the first place. Edit number 1. I get it. I'm the asshole. The hugest fucking A you've ever seen, and possibly some kind of deviant who compares dicks with a cat. 10 is a senior cat. It's not perfectly safe for pets to fly under planes, and my girl is not crazy for loving her cat. I called her this morning and apologized. She said she needs time to think. At a kind person's suggestion, I sent her a link to this, my public shaming, and I'm now going to hide under the bed in the hopes she notices my strange behavior and still cares enough to call the vet on me. Final update. Jesus, fuck you guys. She dumped me, okay? Are you happy now? Yes. If this is how you act over your girlfriend's cat, how you gonna be when you have kids? Definitely not daddy material. Absolutely not daddy. For real. As is tradition, as is the want for the brats, we're talking about cum. Because what the fuck else did this community want to talk about ever, dude? Ever! Come! Wrong fucking button!
Nut!